Life change stories are a critical part of what we do around here, and I'm so excited about today's podcast. One of our dear brothers in Christ is going to share. My brother Jose is going to share a little bit of his life change story, and I know it will bless you. They're the lifeline that keep us going, and I'm so excited for you to hear this conversation. Welcome to Celebrate Recovery Official, a podcast that shares life change stories, courage, hope, and leadership wisdom, all centered around the Beatitudes in Matthew chapter 5, where Jesus, through the Celebrate Recovery principles, helps us to face our hurts, hang-ups, and habits, and even our broken relationships so that we can walk in the newness of life, to remove those things that have become an obstacle, a barrier between us and the Lord, and living out our purpose and our calling, especially made for us as believers in Jesus Christ. I'm a grateful believer in Jesus Christ. I struggle with drugs and alcohol and perfectionism. My name is Rodney. I'm the Global Field Director of Celebrate Recovery, and so glad to be here with you today. As I mentioned, I'm so excited for this time today. My brother Jose has agreed to come on and share a little part of his story, and I thought it'd be good just for you to hear his heart. He's a guy that I've grown to love and appreciate him being a part of my life, and he's a part of our ministry. And so we're going to jump into a conversation. Jose, thanks for being here, man.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah, glad you're here, man.
I'm really glad to be here.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Man, give us your CR introduction, if you would, and then we'll jump into a conversation.
Of course. I am a grateful believer in Jesus Christ. I struggle with anxiety and bitterness and many other stuff. And also, I would like to remark that I celebrate recovery from depression. And my name is Jose Diaz.
Hey, Jose. So glad you're here, man. And in all sincerity, I don't say that just to say it. I've really grown to just love your heart, man. And I love that God put us cross paths here. So man, let's jump into a conversation. Give us a piece of what your story. I love that it doesn't matter what culture we come from. By the way, where were you born? Where'd you reside in?
Of
growing
course.
up?
Thanks. Yes, I born in Mexico City. Actually, I was born in a farm with my parents, and then to do the university, I moved to Toluca, which is a bigger city. It's very close to Mexico City. So basically, I was born in Mexico.
Yeah, nice. Well, I love that. And the reason I asked that is it just really shows that it doesn't matter what our cultural background is. We all speak the same language, and that same language is hurt, right?
Yes.
And we all have the same needs and longings of a Savior in Jesus Christ. And that's what I love. That's what brings us together. And that's what brought us together in recovery, man. So give me a picture, if you can, man, just as vulnerable as you want to be in this space, just for our listeners, someone's listening, just taking this in, maybe for the first time listening to our podcast. How would you describe your life growing up? What is, just trying to understand what brings you into this space of recovery? What was happening in Jose's life in his grown-up years?
Yes, of course. So the first time I heard about Celebrate Recovery was in a cross church. It was in Spanish, and we start learning about the life healing choices.
Yeah,
book, but was in Spanish.
So Life Healing Choices, for our listeners, is a book written by the Celebrate Recovery founder, Pastor John Baker. And so a local church here is walking you through Life Healing Choices in Spanish. Oh, cool. And so you're jumping in. Kind of, what is this all about? How did you even hear about that? What even enticed you to jump into that study?
Yes, so I heard about that course. It's very small. It basically is 10 weeks, more or less.
Yeah,
because it's basically 1 week, so there are eight principles.
Yeah,
and it's based on that. And I began reading the book, and I really liked it. I was really, really interested in say what else. So in between, I learned that there was that book cannot belong to the Celebrate Recovery program. Mm-hmm. And I was interested in say, okay, I would like to learn something more. And then I find out, trying to see where the Celebrate Recovery was, and I found out that it was basically in Rogers and Fairview.
Yeah.
So I began attending.
So were you doing share groups with Life Healing Choices, or were they just teaching the lesson, or what did that look like? Were you actually in a share group?
Yes, yeah, exactly the same. Well, not exactly, right? But it's the same. So we were reading lesson by lesson, and then after the video, we watched the video for Rick Warren, and after that we separate.
Gender specific groups, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and then we have the open share, and it's everyone wants to share then the same introduction. How that is, and that's how I learned how that works. And say that's really cool. I would like to do that too.
Yeah, awesome. Was that the first time that you had kind of shared on that level in a setting like that, or had you done that prior?
No, that was the first time.
Yeah. Was that scary?
Honestly, no.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know it's different. I mean, I really respect other people, but for me, it was on the contrary. I really like to show something to work in me, from inside out.
Yeah.
And I really like it. I mean, I felt comfortable with, I don't know, maybe because the way I am. I don't know. I'm not just saying that. It's me.
Yeah.
So I felt comfortable.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that, because it can be scary, right? It's scary. I'm opening my heart, but I love that you felt safe in that space. So give us a picture, man. What would even entice you to want more? What was happening? If I'm shining a flashlight in Jose's heart, what are some of those things, pain points, struggles, hurts? What's happening inside Jose's heart that would even entice you to want more, to seek out Celebrate Recovery? What's going on in your life at that time, bro?
Yes. So the way I am a critical thinking person, and I used to think too much in the past, too much in the future, and not concentrate into the present. So then I learned about the Serenity Prayer, and I thought, oh, I like it. So really, Serenity Prayer helped me a lot. And then I realized I have to focus on the present only, not to be preoccupied. And because of that, I'm still have some anxiety, but I got depression. And also, when we are trying peeling the onion, something like that, and say that some more things came out.
Yeah.
And I realized, that my when I was young, with my parents, and I have some differences with my dad, especially. So those kind of things came out, and say I need to work in this. So I need to know how to deal with my character defects.
Yeah. So I wonder, can I lean into that? And what are some of those things when you said you kind of had some conflicts, some struggles with your dad? What were some of those things that were kind of, as much as you feel comfortable, that you were struggling with? Can you put some words to that, some names?
Yeah, that's okay. Yes, of course. So my dad, when I was growing up, my dad used to tell us, when you want to grow up, you're not going to be kind of useful, instead of encouraging. So that
kind of discouraging.
Yes. Yeah. So that when I grow up, then that's something, you just show up and say, but my mom on the other side was encouraging us all the time. So thanks for that. And then I couldn't realize, okay, I am me, and I can do a lot of things by myself and encouraging myself, because even my dad has that kind of character, but he's a human. So that's something really cool I learned here in CR, because I learned to forgive him and to ask for his forgiveness. And my dad and I are really in a good deal now. I really love him.
Yeah. So that put a strain on you, the kind of a heaviness there.
Yes.
And I think it's good. I love that you're being courageous to talk about depression, because sometimes we can view depression, the opposite of depression must be happy. And it's not really the opposite of depression, because in depression, we're kind of frozen, we're numb. And the opposite of depression is expression.
Yes.
And so you're in this space, and I love that you felt comfortable with. You're bringing your depression, you're bringing this heaviness with some struggles with your dad who was very discouraged in growing up. And it's not to blame him or be critical of him. It's just being honest, right?
Yes.
So you're in the space now of expressing some pain that was kind of numb inside your body, and you're putting that into words in the setting. And what is that like? So you do life-changing choices. You get kind of a taste of that. You're still struggling with depression. You do decide to seek out a Celebrate Recovery meeting. You find one.
Yes.
And you walk through the doors. Take me through that experience, man. And I just want to feel the weight of kind of culturally the differences, right? Predominantly white. We do have, different races and such in our CR, but predominantly white, which, by the way, you speak English very well. I wish I spoke Spanish as well as you speak English, but I don't. I know a few words to get me in trouble, but but you walk through the door, man. Give me a picture of that, because I want to put that on and what that's like to walk through the door. It's already scary enough to face our hurts, hangups, and habits, but now you're in a different kind of culture. What's that like as you're walking through the door? Can you be our eyes? What are you seeing?
Well, the first time I still remember the first time it was in Rogers, and I saw people celebrating. It's like, wow, this is a party. And I said, okay, I like
Why
parties.
are these people so happy?
Yes, I mean, no wonder this is the place. So I would like to find out and to be and to belong to.
Yeah.
And it was really nice. So yeah, I stayed. I didn't. So I took the orientation. I still remember that, and you were orienting me. Thanks for that. And I say, yeah, that's something I would like to be continuing. I mean, going on and on doing, because that's what I need.
Wow. So there was enough there. You go, you know what? This is a party. People are happy. This feels welcoming. Maybe this is something I want us to plug into. And so you just kept coming back. And at what point did you start kind of dabbling into the open share small groups and eventually step study? What did that look like?
Yeah, that's really a good experience. Open share, I mean, it's just amazing for me. That's because by listening to other people, I noticed that, okay, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that, I mean, we are all broken. And then by listening to other people, I learned that I can share mine too, and I can work on me too. Like all my brothers. That's really a good experience. I noticed on the open share.
I love that. I'm not the only one, and that's such a good reminder. I want to take a quick break right here, Jose. When we come back, I want to finish, kind of turn the corner and kind of talk about what that was like when you finally entered into a step study. And what is God teaching Jose in this space? So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, I'll finish with my dear brother, Jose, and hear a little bit of his life change story. Stick with me. I'll be right back. Well, hey, friends, if you're looking for another meeting, maybe in addition to the in-person meeting that you have, join us. Go to celebraterecovery.com and find the link and join us for the Wednesday online open share group that meets every single Wednesday, noon Pacific time. People all over the world are joining in gender-specific groups after a quick testimony or teaching and sharing their hearts. Join us. For more information, go to celebraterecovery.com to find the link. We hope you'll join us this Wednesday at noon Pacific. Welcome back. Right before the break, talking with my brother Jose, and he was just talking about just being in that first open share experience and just thinking, man, I'm not the only one. I'm not alone. And what a great feeling that must be, Jose, just to see there's people, birds of the same feather, right? That my people are here. What was that like, man?
Yes, I mean, I felt comfortable. I felt comfortable and eager to learn more. I think I'm not that kind of person that like to finish. If I start something, I would like to finish it. So I really would like to keep going and learning about myself and what else I need to fix, if I can put it that way. Yeah. So, give me more, Lord. Just thinking of the Beatitudes when it talks about those are hunger and thirst for righteousness. Yes. It sounds like that's a picture of Jose. You were hungry and thirsty for righteousness, and that's just I want to deal with whatever is maybe creating some
a roadblock between me and God and walking out in that true serenity, as you mentioned, that serenity prayer. So Jose, tell me now, you come to Open Share. Okay, wow, I'm not the only one. I'm encouraged. I want to learn more. I'm going all in. And so was it pretty quickly that you jumped into a step study, or what was that process?
So what happened back in the cross church, I began a step study in Spanish, and it was before doing my step study here in English. So, and it was kind of the English one was behind pushing the Spanish one. So I finished the Spanish one. By the time, what I want to say is, by the time I finished the Spanish one, the step study in Spanish, I had already begun the step study in English.
Oh, okay.
So basically, I took 2.
You overachiever. You really wanted to learn, didn't you? Yeah, I love that. So, yeah. So again, I don't want to just kind of zip by this. You're in a Spanish-speaking step study, and you cross over, and you're now in an English-speaking step study. And now, step study small group is where we're digging into the curriculum. We're kind of answering some questions and a little bit more homework involved in that process. What's that like to bring that part of your heart on a deeper level into that step study small group? What, scary? Still like, this is easy, I love it? Or tell us about the fears? Were there struggles? What was that like?
Yes. Not scary, but not easy either. So it's just something like I went deeper. I went deeper into my character defects, my heart, my hang-ups and habits, and it was. I noticed that it has to be slow. It is a slow process, but I noticed it has to be little by little, working me. It's like because the way I got all those character defects that are affecting me, it was not from yesterday, today, right? It was
well said. Yeah, and we say another way of saying that is we didn't get here overnight. Right? These problems, these character defects, sometimes are so ingrained. We want to fix it quickly, but sometimes it's a process, right, to kind of transform that. So you're all in on this, and kind of a reminder for patience in the process. You made a decision to go all in, and you jumped in so much so that you were in 2 groups. But then trusting the process, right? And were there times that you just wanted to throw your hands up and say, I don't know if I want to do this, or just motivated all the way through it, or what's that been like?
I was motivated all the way through.
Wow.
But also I noticed that when I finished the step study in English, then I noticed that I'm just thinking something that is not good, like bitterness. So, okay, maybe that's my next step, to try to fix something about the bitterness, because I learned that, yes, we are in CR, but still we all the time need to be continuing, fixing, or working in my character defects, because we are not perfect.
Yeah. Well, that's that righteousness, right? We're trying to deal with those things. God had a plan for my life, and I didn't do it. Sometimes it's hurt that's been done to us. Sometimes it's hurt that we have done to others, but in our brokenness, we're realizing, hey, I'm not going to shame this. I'm just going to be honest about it, that there's some stuff that needs to be addressed here. And you were all in. I love you said I was motivated all the way through. You wanted change in your life. Yeah.
Yes,
That's awesome. And now you've been a part of the choir. You're jumping in, you sing in the choir now, Celebrate Recovery. Give us a picture, man, having kind of walked through that, walk through the process. Where's your heart now, man? Tell me about the depression. Tell me about where your life is today, Jose.
Yes, of course. I don't feel depression, and in fact, probably like 1 year ago, at this time during the winter time, could have a little bit depression. But this year, I'm fine. I'm really thankful to God, because I don't feel that way, because I have the tools to control that. Because again, serenity prayer helped me a lot because it says think only, 1 day at a time, that's it, and only 1 second at a time, if I could put it that way.
Yeah.
And that really helped. So I don't think too much in the past, and I don't think too much in the future. So I just concentrate in the present. That really helped me, and enjoy the life.
Yeah, I love that. Sometimes tomorrow is too big,
Yes.
isn't it? That it's not even a day, it's a moment. And you were taking it one moment at a time and struggling well, as I like to say, in that process. So, Jose, you're sitting here and you've got a first-time potential visitor sitting across the table listening in. And there's probably someone listening right now. Or maybe they jumped in and it just felt too scary. Maybe they're crippled by fear of the unknown. They're a little bit fear of that commitment type thing. What would you say to that listener right now, having been on this side of it, knowing that their motivation may not be too high right now, and you want to bring some encouragement to them to jump into the process? What do you say to them, Jose?
Yes, of course. I would say that it's normal, it's okay, because we are not perfect. We have fears, but it's just a matter of take the first step and open the heart, and try to be confident and to be willing to talk to Christ, to open up the heart to Christ, and to be willing to fix those characters, the fact that are harmful for our lives. And I would say in a few words, like, just try. That's it. Try and you will see.
Yeah.
Because if we don't try, we don't know. At least we try.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you'll make some mistakes along the way, but you're guaranteed to fail if you don't take one step.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes I say, how I'm gonna stand up if I don't fall down.
Yeah, that's a great encouragement. Yeah, just give it a shot. And you said that first step, just go. Go to a Celebrate Recovery meeting.
Yes.
Yeah, and the cool thing is they're all over the world, right? I mean, you can literally type in your zip code on the national website and find a group near you. But I'm grateful that I get to have you here at our local group, man. You're a blessing.
Thank you.
So, man, what's God? One of the things we talk about in Celebrate Recovery is not just about healing, but it's about a calling. It's not just about freedom. I'm coming to get freedom, but it's also as much about purpose. What is Jose's purpose? What are you learning about your purpose and calling, having given this to God and walking in this new way?
Yes. So I would like to keep going, continuing in me, working in me, but also to help others, because there's a lot of necessity outside, and we all can be fixed. I like to use that word. I don't know why, but anyway, so I don't know if it's right or not. But what I'm trying to say is that there's always a way to know how those character defects can be cured. I don't know.
There's hope, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's so good, and what a great reminder. And I love the simplicity of the message that you're giving, bro. He's just giving hope. That. I want to keep going. I want to keep growing. And that's the maturing process as a Christian, isn't it? We keep seeking Him, knowing He is going to grow us and mature us. And in His time, we're going to face some things and have the maturity and growth to be able to face that. So, man, I love your heart, and I appreciate you coming on today and sharing. Any last closing thoughts before we wrap up, man?
Yes. To give the message that all the people that know about CR and they are hesitating to take the first step, don't hesitate. Just do it. Try, and the rewards that they will come for sure. That's my advice.
Yeah.
Because it is kind of another experience, right? I mean, it's just I think it's like a heavy baggage. I'm carrying it, and then once I just have it like a lighter, not heavy lighter baggage, and then I can be working. See, the cool thing is that Jesus Christ is always with us, and I can I can be continuing, working on my language. So that's my advice I could give to other person. Like, just try and you will see the rewards.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's wonderful. I like it.
It's amazing. I love that. Well, love your heart, man. And I see Jesus in you through and through, and just love just the fruit of the Spirit that lives in you, brother. And you make me better having you in my life. And I appreciate you being a part of my life. And thanks for having the courage to come on. It can be a little nerve-wracking coming onto a podcast, but you did it with grace and strength, and just grateful for you for making some time today, brother.
Yeah, I thank you, and I thank CR and all of my brothers that are part of my life.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Awesome stuff. Well, I hope this has been a benefit for you and maybe an encouragement. Our brother Jose, it takes a lot of courage to come on and share a life change story, and I hope that his story resonated with your heart. It doesn't matter what language you speak, what culture you come from. We all speak the same language. We know what hurt is, and we all have the same need, Jesus Christ, to meet us in our pain, to be able to walk in that newness of life. Hey, don't try to face this alone. Join us on this road we call recovery. If you'd like more information, find a group near you. Go to celebraterecovery.com and find a group near you, and we hope to join you next time. Thanks for being with us today. Until then, God bless.